All right, here with head men's basketball coach Chris Tifft. Open it up for questions.
Coach, I noticed Slater was out of the lineup on Saturday. Was that an injury, illness?
Yeah, he had been suffering from a sore foot, a heel, plantar fasciitis. We didn't really know about it. He didn't mention it. He was playing through it. It flared up on him on Friday with the travel between San Diego, San Marcos, and Sonoma. So he wasn't able to practice on Friday. He wasn't able to go through shoot around on Saturday. So he was unavailable for the game on Saturday, as well as Isaac Sowell. Isaac was sick on Friday and Saturday. So cut right to the chase. You don't have your two power forwards, and then you're shuffling a lot of people around. So Pejan was hurt. He's still kind of feeling the effects of that right now. Isaac is better. Chase Hedinger was sick as well. He didn't practice on Friday. Then we kind of played him and Sage in different positions than what we had been practicing them in and playing them in, because they had to fill in for Isaac and fill in for Pejan on Saturday. So there were a lot of moving parts on those 2 days after that the disappointing, the tough loss on Thursday.
And statistically, it seemed like Sage and Chase played pretty all right on Saturday. What did you think of their performance at the power forward?
I thought they did fine. They just to be able to execute and do what we're asking them to do, and to make some shots and make some plays. It just kind of feels that's where we are right now. We're just kind of have a lot of moving pieces and just can't get settled in, so to speak. But I thought they did a really good job. They gave us some energy. They made some plays off the ball in terms of cutting, getting to the free throw line, made some open shots. So I thought they did a good job in trying to play multiple positions and really, play a position that they hadn't practiced in for some time.
And just what do you think would help the team's offensive execution at this point in the season?
Making shots. The execution, yes. It takes a little bit of time. You kind of get in a position where you're trying to be simple, but you're trying to also search for things to help them. So when you add new things, new plays, new wrinkles, new looks, they still have to learn it, right? So, we've gotten away from a few things, we've added a few things, cleared a little disk space, as I told the guys, and try to, add a few new things, but it does take a little bit of time, the nuances of learning it, the timing, just remembering it. I think a lot of our execution just comes down to just remembering the plays, remembering where to be, and after watching the video, I still have a lot of hope for our guys, and I think our guys do too, because they know that if we can just clean that up, we'll start scoring more points than we have in conference play, that's for sure. But execution is all about repetition. It's about being able to play the same position. It's about cohesiveness, and that's just something that we've been fighting since we got here.
On Saturday, you have a game against Western Oregon. Kind of what are you practicing this week and hoping to see on Saturday that you probably, maybe didn't see this past weekend?
Well, I thought we played for 80 minutes of basketball over the past weekend on the road, our first road trip of the season. I thought we played 60 minutes of really good basketball and 20 minutes of really bad basketball, and the 20 minutes really cost us. So trying to keep the guys positive. We had a 13, 15-point lead in the second half of San Marcos, and we're just not quite there right now, in terms of being able to face some adversity. They go on a run, there's a couple bad calls, I'm on the referees a little bit, and next thing you know, it kind of snowballs on us, and we just seem to kind of lose our confidence, we lose momentum, and the same thing happened at Sonoma. We're down 4 at half. We're battling not having some of our regular players in the lineup. And, we get to about the 8-minute mark of the game and things just kind of fall apart a little bit. So to go on the road this weekend, one is to stay focused. Let's not go home for Christmas before the game starts. Let's make sure we stay focused and have some maturity and prepare and play the game on Saturday at noon before everyone goes home for the break. I do think the break will be good for us, but it'll be really good for us if we could win on the road before we go home for break. But we put in a couple new plays, things that I've run in the past and my previous stops that we just haven't put in with this group. But I don't think our defense traveled. That's an old saying. Is your defense travels. When you go on the road, you may not be able to shoot the ball as well, but you should be able to play defense. And when you spend a lot of time working on offense, sometimes your defense suffers. And I thought our defense was not where it needed to be. Even though if you look at the statistics, we held both teams under 70 points. We just didn't keep them out of the paint and play as physical and as hard as I thought we needed to. So Western Oregon is going to really challenge us. They have very talented players. They're not overly deep, but their first 4 or 5 guys that they put out there are very talented. They're older, so it's going to really challenge our defense. But going into the weekend, we just need to get everybody healthy so they can play their natural positions. We need to be a little more aggressive on offense. And not to give away the scouting report, but we need our guards to be more aggressive off the dribble drive and get in the paint and get to the free throw line. And we need to make some free throws. We talk about offense. You can't shoot 6 for 13 from the free throw line and expect to score points. We need to shoot the ball better at the free throw line. It's funny because we're shooting the ball well from the 3-point line, but we're not shooting the ball well from inside the arc or at the free throw line. And those are things that we really need to get rectified.
I'm curious about your decision making on the starting 5, going with Rob, Stu, Brandon, and then Cam and Sage getting the starts at forwards. I know Brandon played well on Thursday. Is that what kind of prompted that decision?
Yeah, he deserved an opportunity. He's worked hard. He played really well on Thursday. Some other guys that didn't play as well. This, like I mentioned last time, this is just going to be an ever-evolving lineup, and we're going to reward guys who are playing well at that time, and it can change day to day and week to week. Obviously, with the injuries and the illness, it really forced our hand with the lineup. Our small forwards had to become power forwards, so now our guards had to become wings, and it just kind of trickled down. But Brandon played well on Thursday, hit some shots, gave us a spark. One thing we did not do is get down early. That's something in our first 2 conference games. We got down 16-0 and 15-1, and really made an effort to make sure that we substituted earlier and kind of looked at some different things to get off to a better start. But yeah, Brandon deserved an opportunity and he got it. And like I said, it just changes day by day and week to week. And that's the challenging part for us. Just hard to get into a rhythm of. I thought we were kind of getting there. But things change quickly with illness and injuries and things of that nature. So, and it's a tough trip. That's the toughest. I think that's the toughest trip in conference play is to play in San Marcos/San Diego on Thursday, and then get on a plane, fly up to Sonoma, and then try to figure out how to play at Sonoma in the afternoon on Saturday. That's Chico did the same thing in the reverse order. Chico went to San Marcos and lost. Chico was picked to win the league, and they go down to San Marcos and lose on Saturday. That's just one of the tougher road trips in our conference. When you talk about, a disappointing loss on Thursday, kind of picking yourself up off the mat on Friday, but then you got to get to the airport, then you got to travel, then you got to practice on Friday evening, and it is what it is. It's part of what you sign up for, but it's a challenging road trip.
I'm curious your decision later in the game on Saturday to go away from Rob and Cam Timmons. What kind of made you give other players the opportunity? Was it just who was looking the best to you?
Yeah, just every game is different in terms of sometimes it's your day, sometimes it's not your day. Sometimes whoever plays behind you may be playing better or not better than you necessarily, but may step up and be in a position where they have just a good day. Whether it be energy or it be making shots or making plays defensively. So, we try to give a lot of rope to guys, especially our young guys, to give them confidence. But at the same time, when you start getting 8-9 games into the season, the production needs to be there. And, that was probably the determining factor. And like I mentioned with the travel, sometimes young guys, it's just kind of hard for them to get to a place where they're focused and dialed in. And, you tell them the game's going to be here quickly. the game kind of jumps on you. All of a sudden at 3 o'clock you're tipping the ball up, and some guys just aren't ready. You just make some mistakes early in the game, defensively, offensively, execution-wise, and as a coach, and we've talked about this a lot in the last couple of days, is I need to help them with their confidence, and they need to help me with my confidence in playing them, and it's a two-way street. And I need to have the confidence that those guys are going to be able to execute, play hard, and do the little things that will lead to us getting better.
And I know that you guys have a game on Saturday, but will it be nice to kind of have like a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it is, to work on yourselves before the 31st against Chico?
Yes, I think the break will be good for everybody. Coach Billups and I, it's been a heavy lift. It's been a long 4 months for us since July, just he and I, and that's something that we've had to adjust to personally. And for our guys, I think it's going to be good to kind of just step back for a little bit and evaluate. We've talked a lot the last few days about self-evaluation, and part of being a good player is to look at yourself and ask yourself, what can I do to help my team, and what can I do to become a better player? And we all want to win, right? We all want to have success. And I saw a quote the other day. It said, everybody wants to be part of the outcome, but not everybody wants to be part of the process. And right now we are the definition of a process. And sometimes the outcome isn't what you want it to be, but eventually it will be. But our guys need to understand that being part of the process is where we are, and we need to be okay with that and need to buy into that. So just to take some time at break to do some self-evaluation, to be around family, to come back energized, healthy, hopefully, and kind of start anew, I think would be good for everybody.
Awesome. Good luck on Saturday, Coach.
Thank you.